Hi, my name is Eric and welcome to Performing Transforms on Columns video series. In this video series, I will discuss about derived column. So if this is your first video, please go back and watch what copy column transformation is. So derived column transformation in SSIS allows us to create new columns, values by applying expressions to transform input columns. An expression can be created by any combinations of variables, functions, operators, and columns from the transformations input columns. So let's go back to our environment, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this package. First of all, save it, right click copy, and I'll right click and paste. And I'm going to rename this as derived column. So if you've done SQL, this is kind of derived column or computed column where you can compute, get different values, transform it depending on the task. So let's look what derived column does here, or the definition. Again, search for derived column. And I don't see it. Why? Because I'm still on the control flow, so you have to be really in the data flow. So once I'm in there, I should be able to see the derived column. Which is hiding from me. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna type derived, and it should be under commons. So it was there, but I couldn't see. Here you can see the definition. It says creates a new column, values, create new column values by applying expressions to transformation input columns. Create new columns or overwriting existing ones, and I'll show you what that means. For example, concatenating the values from the first and last name to make a full name. So we have been using, we haven't been using been applying derived column as a placeholder, but now let's see how we are going to use it. So if I open it, you'll see all these functions, and in here really, if I'm gonna show you one thing here. For example, if I pull order date or date ordered, you can see you can either add a new column or you can replace a column. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and add new column so that you can see. So for example, for order date, you can do some kind of manipulation and all that. And if you wanna do something else, maybe for unit price, maybe you wanna apply for discounted price, that's another really good examples. But since you mentioned that, let me see if I have some kind of work here to do. So if you've been given a task like this, and I'm gonna have to really open SSMS. Okay, and this information actually is coming from the database. So if this is your the very first video, please watch the previous videos. Click connect, So the database I'm talking about, it's Office Supplies. I can open a new query, and what I'm gonna do here, I'll put some notes. So if this is the task you've been asked to do, so you extract the information from Office Supplies and load it to data warehouse. Okay, so what they ask you to do to extract year, month, day, week, day, and weekday name, which is Monday, Tuesday, and goes all the way to Sunday. And you have order date, and probably we have done this on the previous work, region name and all that. So we can get that, and if you want a discounted price 2% off, we can do that as well. But if I start from the top here, if I need to extract a year, all I can do here, I can go back to date function, and if you go down, you're gonna see this day returns an integers, date part, year returns an integer year, and all that. So for example, I want to return ordered year, or I'll say order year. All I need to do here is bring the year function. It's equivalent to SQL. So if I want order month, I can drag and drop. I've shown you how to type, and in here I can drag and drop that, and this will be order month. And then if you want a date, I can do the same thing, drag and drop, and drag and drop, and this will be order date, order day. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Okay, and you can go really quick on this example. So weekday, really to get weekday, there's another function which is date part, and you can see here date part what it does. Really, you have a date part and a date you need. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna say date part, and the date is gonna be my column. So I'll bring column here, and then the date part here changes depending on. And if you don't know, you can consult Dr. Google. So I'm gonna go type SSIS date part, and if you open a Google here, I'll see one of the links from Microsoft which says SS date part, and they're gonna give you a nice notes here, and you can tell you date part which value return. And probably you could have just used date part and use all this, but it's a good work experience here. We're interested in a weekday and see what this gives us. And did they define anything here? And you can try and see what it gives you back. They didn't do anything. So this is what we want to do. So we need a date DW weekday. DW. So as you can see here, it was expecting a string, and that's why it's complaining. So let me change a couple of items here, and because it was expecting a string, what I did is I surrounded it with a double colon. And I think the major difference between SSIS and SQL is in SSIS we use double quotation, in SQL we use single quotation. So this is really week day based on the documentation. It's weekday, and now we need to figure out week day name. So Let's see what this returns first. Okay, I'll click OK, and I'm going to really enable data viewer right after. Click OK. I am going to save this work, and I'm gonna go ahead and execute. And before that, I'll double check my package. So all other fields, like if we need a region name, region, customer name, and all that, we are extracting that information from um, um, from different tables, and we have done that on my previous video, so you can go back and check. But we're extracting all the information from customer products. So all these we used merge join to get this information. Now we are just transforming order date, and probably we can transform some of these unit price to get the discounted price here. So the package looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and execute it. And see what it gives. So as you can see, it gives the names, region names, customer names, and then on the week here it gives 1, 2, 3 up to 7. So really it doesn't give us Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday. So to do that, we can do a couple of things. First, we can use an if statement, and I think day starts on Sunday, which is 1. But if we don't know that, what we can do here, we can add like a test day, and I know for sure today is Friday, so I can do this. I can get date part, and then I can get today's date to see really what number we're gonna return. So I'll say get date, and this will get the current date and time. So if I click OK, execute the package again. Now if I scroll the way down, I don't see that column, and the reason is because we haven't really added it on our data viewer. We need to add it. I'm just gonna go ahead and add at the end. Click OK, and I'm gonna execute my package again. Scroll to the right, and I'll see this is 66666. So let's do here some programming and some assumption really by the truth. So we have day, weekday, this. So as you can see here, these are numbers. This is what we have so far. We need weekday. So today is Friday and it's 6. So I put 6. And this number confuses me here. So I do this, so that we don't confuse ourselves. So I say this was Sunday. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Friday. For sure, because we know that this is Saturday. Okay, and let's see here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I was right. And this is how you can do to check if you forget. Don't memorize, just bring the current date and see what it returns here. So this returned the 6th, and today is Friday. Here I can see from my calendar. Okay, so since I have these, and all I need is to write some kind of SQL, not per se SQL statement, but conditional statement. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. I don't need this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new column or derived column. I'll call it with the name. And if you go under operation, there is one which is called condition. So this returns if it's true, and then returns one of the expressions based on the evaluation. So we know that if this number equals to 1, it's gonna be Sunday. So you're gonna have to write that expression. But let me explain what a condition is here. As you can see, the condition, and that's the syntax. So condition, and it's something like this. So in other words, what it does is you can say is weekday, because that's one, equals to 1. You see that question mark? Equals to 1. If it's true, return Sunday. If it's not true, return, I'll say return other day, right? But again, it's not really great here because we're just testing for 1. That means you're gonna have to write another condition here. Okay, so if you, let's say we're testing for another condition, I can say if this equals to 2. Okay, what is 2? 2 is Monday. And other day. And then you can do if this is 3, you're gonna be Tuesday. Or else other day. So once you get all these done, what I would say is you can do, and you can go slowly and test if it works as you go. So you can go ahead and do this. So instead of say if this is Sunday, put another day, you're gonna have to, or else you're gonna have to put like a nested statement. You can say, or else if a day equals to Sunday, I mean if a weekday equals to 2, this is gonna be Monday or other day, and then or else if equals to 3, and then you're gonna say other day, or I'll just say unknown here. And once you get the hang of it, you know what to do here. You're gonna be testing this condition. So I'm just gonna say instead of other day, I'm gonna say unknown. So if there's a number that comes 8 or 0, really, you're just gonna say unknown day. Okay, so you can do all these here, and at the end of the day, you can just plug in to make your life easier. But I'm gonna start with the very first one to make sure that works. And what is weekday? Weekday is this guy. Okay, so we're gonna place this with this. And if you feel like it's kind of confusing, all you need is to create one column, which is weekday name, and then later on you can reference. You can create another derived column. You can add another object, and you can just be dealing with this. But right now, this is the weekday name. So I'll test my first condition. If this equals to 1, I'll say return Sunday, or else return unknown. And let me see if that works. Oh, that works perfectly. And we can test that. Okay, so how do we test it? We just go ahead and click OK. Remember to update with weekday name. It's right here. Click OK because we updated the test, and I'm going to execute my path. And this is how I advise you to work. Instead of writing full statement, it's not easy to troubleshoot. Okay, and I can see a Sunday and everything else is unknown. That's great. So I'll just go ahead and stop this and continue with my logic. So I go back here, and probably the easiest way for me, instead of dealing with this teeny tiny box, I can do something like this, since when I know. So I'll say if this equals to 2, that's Monday. But at the same time, what I would advise you, do one by one, okay? It's really easy. So I'll do all these here. So this is 1, 2, 3. What is 3? 3 is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. 4, 5. 5 is Thursday. So I'll combine these, double check if I was a beginner. But if you're pro, you trust your work, you keep on doing this. Friday is this, and Saturday. And then you can just do this. Boom. Now it's a matter of combining them. So I'll copy the second one. I'll just remove this, add it there, and I can. That's Sunday. We're gonna have to choose test. And I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. And then I'll copy it Wednesday. Again, test as you go. Thursday, because I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but it's easier for me to troubleshoot that way. Friday, and Saturday. So this is one way, and let me see if I can find an easier way. So I got everything ready. I'll just copy this guy. I have a full sentence. I don't know how to write it or to show you, but that's what I did really. If you see one example, you'll see. But I can also show you slowly. You can take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one is 7, I think. So your raw string, if you want to copy that, if you want to type, and you need to request this here. And cross fingers, you don't have any issues. If you have any issues, this is going to be red. So that looks good. I click OK and execute. And let's double check our answers. And we can see we do have all weekday names. That's really good, right? If you want to do calculations really, so if you go to the next one here, you can do this 2% off. It's just a matter of multiplication. But before going there, really, if you find yourself that you have to deal with this a lot, especially with your team, you can create like a little documentation and in a Word document and take a screenshot or maybe in a notepad like this and share it with your team. Um, and if you feel like you are using or you have to use multiple packages, the other option is you can do is to create a database table. It can be on the source or destination, and you can do this on your end. And maybe I'll create another video. So let's see how we can do this like an expert. If you find yourself using this a lot in different packages, this look really ugly, right? You have to write all this code here. Imagine, for example, now you have to deal with maybe states like California, CA, and all that. You may need a table, or you have to deal with month too, because right now I didn't double check what month we get. Let me see. Yeah, so month gonna be your assignment. Really, you can do on yourself something like this, but you find yourself really and let me execute. You find yourself really spending a lot of time writing this code or copying and pasting. It's not great. So let me execute real quick and see. So if I do here, you can see we do have order. This is order year. This is order month. So for month, I'll create another video for month here to get Monday, Tuesday. No. What am I talking about? Month, it's January, February, May. I'll let that be your assignment. But for weekday, if you find yourself doing this over and over in different packages, first of all, you can create documentation for yourself or for your teammates. The other way, you can use a database. So I'll end this video here. Thank you very much. I'll create another one where we have to deal with actual days, and you're going to use a database or a table to work on this. So if you're not good in coding, maybe you can use some kind of lookup or merge join to get these values. If you have them in a table, and it could be just a text file in your local drive, but if you use a text file, that means if you're sharing your code with your other developers or your colleagues, you may find that you have to share that file as well. But if you put in database, they'll be able to find it. So thank you very much for now. I'll talk to you guys on my next video. Peace.